Drop down and crawl underneath and get through. So I hooked around and stood in these bushes, and doggone old Dylan, he just kept running straight, and that long-legged man just caught up with it.
Do you want to know the funniest part? Seriously. Richard used to have his own bedroom, you remember that? And down below his bedroom window, Richard used to drop toys to all of us, like a little green army man or a Matchbox car or something. That would be, whoever caught it, they would get the toy. So one day, Richard is up in his room,
catch this.
and Dylan is out underneath the window, and he's waiting to catch a toy because everybody else has got one. Richard has one of those huge water balloons, those ones that look like a dang watermelon, and he drops it down on Dylan and knocks Dylan out. Whammo! And that'll teach you to rat on my brothers.
It's hard to sneak in though because
Hi. You see, I do this quite often, you know, with the camera, you know.
And just stand there and point.
And Mark had a great idea. I think I used Mark's stuff after he left. I just feel so weird when you're doing this.
Okay, that just makes me feel weird.
Oh yes, I remember mine. I remember what happened to mine with the firecrackers at your house.
Well, I might have had a car.
same problem.
I might have had a model car fetish, and Mark showed me that you could take an old tube of glue, model's glue that was all rolled up, and that if you lit the end, it would shoot out flames.
Yeah.
So we could stick those in the fender wells of the model car, and it would look like a hot dragster. But then somebody's got to do it.
That's right. That's right. No other demographic of the population has serial killer cats. Only cops.
Oh, that's right. Only cops. Only ones that know about serial. Why, you're a serial killer cat.
Comes to mind.
So this cat finally gets taken out by an owl.
Yeah. So are we supposed to believe this? Did you arrest it?
So we have this new cat, smartass. And
Wow, how'd you do that? That was a magic trick. Wow.
now
I didn't know you knew sign language.
oh, you'd be surprised.
the other cat.
You know what this is?
No.
Oh, it's an owl. You know what this is?
Two
eagles. Much better than two birds.
So
I'll go over here now.
When we would leave the cat at home, the killer cat, we would leave it at home. We would just leave the man door in the garage crack, a big bowl of food and a bowl of water, and we could go for weeks on end, and that was fine. The cat would go next door and move in, and so we would always come back, and there would always be food in the bowl, no matter how long we were gone. Well, this cat, no matter how much food is in that bowl, the cat will eat it in one foul swoop.
No way.
Yes.
That's really not cat behavior, is it?
I had no idea because all I ever had was this really decent cat. So
That was really a nice cat.
Wait a minute.
What about the little tiger cat you had that used to walk along the windowsills and knock off all the knickknacks onto the floor?
Well, that wasn't a really decent cat.
That's what I said.
But this cat, seriously, and then it throws up whatever it eats. So the larger the bowl, the larger the volume of stuff to clean up. So before I could go on this camping trip, I had to go spend $100 on an automatic feeder. But the cool part is that this automatic feeder feeds 3 times a day. It will dispense as small as a quarter cup of food. So that cat's a lot thinner than it was when we left. And that cat,
I like it.
that cat stands in front of that food bowl
And waits.
all day. It just stands there. And every now and then, I will do this. Kick the little feeder, and a couple pieces that didn't dispense will drop.
You just have to mess with it, don't you?
You should have our cat. See, our cat, when
I
it
want
gets
you to have
mad,
mine.
I'll trade. Maybe I won't.
Oh yeah, that went right through you.
Yeah, I saw that look.
Kind of, radiation burns.
I've got dogs that chase cats, but the problem is they just think it's an animated chew toy, and they don't hurt the cat. They just want to catch it, slobber all over it, and then turn it loose so they can catch it again.
Our cat's selective. It can be mad at one or both of us. And when it wants to display its anger, it leaves a pile. Where it knows you will step.
Ew.
Isn't that true?
Yes.
And if it's
Mostly on your side.
when it's real personal, it's on the mat beside our bed. If it's just a general piss off,
Out in the hallway.
out the hallway. Or the one where it's just kind of mildly upset, like what we'll find tonight.
Because we left her at home.
Because we left her at home.
We
came home and then we left.
She really punishes you.
They'll just be pooped
Aren't they funny that way?
They'll be around the cat box on the floor.
That's for you though, because you go downstairs. You go clump, 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 shit.
Cat doesn't come downstairs.
Running from the cabin to the latrine. And you haven't lived until you have felt the ooze from a northwest slug squish up between your toes.
Ew.
All you have to do is camp in the Northwest and you've felt that.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
I remember. Yeah. We never did find that flip-flop.
No, I kicked that flip-flop farther than anybody could imagine. I'm telling you what, yes.
He screamed like a little girl.
Big old wuss. Yeah, that was just last year.
I about had
my ass.
I about had a stroke because I had one of them 6-inch ones swim up out of the toilet. Yeah, I'm in the bathroom and all of a sudden, what the hell is that? And, oh, it's a water bug. Water bug, hell, that's a big ass cockroach.
And I went and I made photocopies of one of our officers' faces, and I blew it to the exact same size, and so I taped it on all of these bodies. So everywhere he looked on these pictures was Keith Hall's face. And then on one of these three-dimensional targets, I put a uniform shirt on. And I put it on inside out, but it just catches your eyes. So I'm up there and I'm watching. And the first guy comes around and he comes around and I see him and he's going, he starts ripping his faces off. It's him, it's Keith Hall. He's ripping his faces off because I put his face on every paper target in the whole entire house. And so, and I'm watching, he doesn't know I'm watching, right? And so I'm having a good time. So eventually he comes back around and we do the critique, right? He goes, I find it very disconcerting that you would have my face in there. I said, don't worry, it's nothing personal, just business. So then my chief goes through. And my chief goes through, and what we do is we go through twice. So after they've gone through, we change up some of the stuff. So the first time he goes through, he's doing really, really well. Well, the second time he comes through, I've taken this one guy has a gun in his hand. He doesn't have a gun anymore, he has a badge. Ooh. But they're all used to the same scenario. So as he's coming through, he's bang, bang, bang. And then you see him stop, and you see him walk up, and he sees it's a badge. He takes the badge and he puts it in his shirt pocket, and he continues through the course. I like it. And I'm watching the whole time what he's doing. So anyway, he gets all done, and I go, wow, how'd you like the course? And I'm like this. And he goes, what? I said, give me the badge. And he says, and he pulls out, he goes, I knew it was a fake badge. So the last guy goes through, and this was so stinking funny. He goes through and he's coming around the corner. And now I've put the three-dimensional guy, there's the police shirt on, right? He comes around the corner and he's just getting ready to fire, and he goes, holy shit, what are you doing in here? What are you doing? Because he thinks it's a person. It's a three-dimensional, it's a body target, right? And then he realizes, of course, it's not a real person, it's a dummy, and he shoots it, but he's up like this because he's like, what are you doing in here? He takes a shot, the slide comes back and hits him right in the bridge of the nose.
What do you do? I'm going to work on this stuff.
Whatever.
No, Snoopy cover sheet on.
Whenever I go, dude, I know why you stopped. Yes. He's like, and I was thinking, oh, he's fine. Yeah. It's like, or you know, they were like driving all the way.